Every time it rains in Gaza and people's tents and all their stuff inside is destroyed time and time again, I always think and ask myself the question, a lot of people asking this question, why are temporary housing units or porta cabins not being allowed into Gaza? And there's many reasons for this. Of course, Israel firstly doesn't allow them in, but there are other reasons as to why people who would be providing these temporary housing units, especially like aid organizations and funders of these organizations, would be discouraged from letting them in. And that's because of Israel's constant violations of the so-called ceasefire agreement, but they're small violations. So every time Israel bombs an area, it claims it's targeting someone, and occasionally they have been targeting Hamas over the past 2 months of this ceasefire. But they get away with it every time, and it's still under this ceasefire agreement. And that means that anybody who's looking at maybe providing some of the essential rebuilding infrastructure or building materials, all these portable temporary housing units would be discouraged because they wouldn't want to pour in money or put the infrastructure in place with the risk that Israel can come along and destroy it at any point in time, and still under maybe a so-called ceasefire agreement or any deal that's in place. Because as we know, Israel gets away with way too much and nobody stops it in its tracks. And this for me is part and parcel of Israel's genocide in Gaza. It gets away with destroying people's lives, people's homes every time. And whilst right now it is the rain that is further destroying people's homes and making their lives difficult, who is it that put the people in Gaza into the tents in the first place and doesn't allow them to move past this horrible chapter? It's Israel, and it goes back to Israel's restrictions and its intentional policies to not let life in Gaza resume.